And welcome back. Now, you guys are pretty unanimous with what if you wanted me to do the devil fruit before the Zanpakuto. And I have a feeling if I do that poll again, it would come up the same way. I think there's just one piece that just has its. I think Bleach has become a lot farther once again than. Well, that's not right. That's not the right sentence. It's rebounded quite well with the 1,000 Year Blood War returning, Kubo being very active with social media and all that, talking about the club outside, all that. But One Piece is still just going on, so I think the One Piece fans are just kind of more there. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just reverse swap them. Next time we do it, we'll do the Zanpakuto first, then the Devil Fruit, then we'll do it again with the Devil Fruit, the Zanpakuto, so forth and so on. But very important here, as you can tell, this is the What If Naruto Had Devil Fruit, the Gomu Gomu no Mi edition, the Gum Gum fruit, the big fruit, the Big Daddy fruit, or at least one of the Big Daddy fruits, But the question is why? Normally last time I did a poll, I did a bunch of polls to see what you guys wanted. Well, it comes down to this, look, I'm not going to be giving out my personal Facebook information to everyone. This person just really wanted to do something nice for me, and I appreciate it absolutely. So it comes down to this, is that the person in mind, Hyperboy wanted to make a thumbnail for me. Specifically, his girlfriend made a thumbnail for me. And they made it, and it's a good thumbnail, by the way. Did I put it in the... No, I haven't actually added it yet. I will do that in literally right now. They made a thumbnail for me, and I'll give a shout out to your girlfriend in just a minute, Hyperboy, but I just want to explain why I'm not currently using the thumbnail. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the thumbnail they made. It's a nice thumbnail, right? Absolutely. I will definitely use this thumbnail. And I can even angle it very well there. It's a lovely looking thumbnail. Obviously, you can see that they tried to do Gear 5 Naruto in this thumbnail. But the reason I'm not using that thumbnail right now is very obvious. Problem's not the right word. I don't want to say problem, but the obvious catch. I think that's the better way. It's the catch of that thumbnail. That is Naruto in his 6th stage mode in Gear 5. Obviously, I wouldn't be starting with Naruto doing that. So I will wait until we get to the Shippuden era before I switch over to that thumbnail. Now, that being said, so let me just see here. He still wanted me to give his girlfriend a shout, which is only fair. Now, where was okay, it's, you can check her out on Comic Candy Art on Instagram. So you can find her work there. Again, maybe I'll see if I can provide a link here in the description box later on. Of course, I'm not going to be actually doing anything right now. I'll put the link in the description. How about that? So yeah, that's the reason we're not using the that we're not doing that thumbnail right now, Hyperboy. But don't worry, the thumbnail will come out in the second part of the What If. And as always, the idea is Naruto probably would eat this fruit, find this fruit somehow before graduation. So he would have the fruit in the academy. Real quick too, should note the people who gave me the suggestion, because of all the devil fruit out there, there's a lot of people who gave me suggestions for the devil fruit. So it was of any of them, it would have been this one. Let me just see here. It is let's see, Talina 48 or 4-8, or was that something else? Hyperboy, obviously. Ghost the Juicy Gamer Boy Sadberry, that was right. Shang Sun, I believe, and Brandon G. Those, I believe, were the people who gave me that. Now, you did ask also, you think I should be adding hockey into this world. That I'm not going to do. That just doesn't make I know you think it makes sense, and I know you also said you're cool with whatever I do, and that's fine. And I'm saying your idea is bad. That's just, honestly, doing devil fruit and hockey, that's a completely different what if. Because now I'm adding a second what if into the what if. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just what if Naruto had the Gomu Gomu no Mi. It's what if Naruto had the Gomu Gomu no Mi and this world had hockey. That's what it is. So now I've had what if hockey was in Naruto. I've had that. But it's similar to why I didn't add the other tail beasts into what if Deku had Kurama. That's a completely different what if. What if the tail beasts were in My Hero Academia is a completely different what if. So Unfortunately, no, I'm not going to be doing hockey added into this what if. I'm not going to do that. But that does beg the question: how am I going to do things like Gear 4, Snake Man, Tank Man, Bound Man, when he clearly needed hockey to be doing that, armament hockey to be precise? Luckily, we have Chakra, and we can kind of rationalize Chakra in the same way. So anyway, I digress. So Naruto would eat the fruit, and he's going through the academy, and he's doing his thing. Now, obviously, the Gomu Gomu no Mi's base abilities are your rubber man. Your body is pretty much rubber. You can stretch your body quite a bit. Long range punches, obviously the extra gears. Do other things as well. But that's the base ability that Naruto would start at, is just having a rubber body, stretching his body, all that. I also think that his appearance wouldn't look like this. I think he is because of like. That being said, Luffy's appearance has changed over the years, so he's had like more long sleeves. I think going back to the look I gave him from the third Naruto movie, I think that's not a bad look to go. It's something that just like gives him sleeves or makes him sleeves. So basically, he's not risking destroying the sleeves on his jacket. I think that's doable. But the problem out the gate for Naruto is the Gomu Gomu no Mi is not a fruit like the with the Shadow fruit, I think it was the Kage no Mi. The Kage no Mi definitely offered Naruto very unique abilities that allowed him to excel in different ways. The Gomu no Mi, at least for the beginning part of the series until Naruto is activated, it learned like the gears, is Naruto can stretch his limbs. Great. He's probably got a physical amp too. I'm pretty certain Luffy got a physical amp, although I think part of that was just from straight training. And you've got basically a nigh impermeable defense. What do I mean by that? Well, being a rubber man means that blunt force trauma is not going to do jack shit unless it's immense blunt force trauma. A perfect example of this is if I had a giant rubber, I don't know, not peg, but a post of some kind, a big rubber post that weighed, roughly speaking, 200 pounds. Heavy enough that just you whack it, it's not going to move. And something that's really weighted. I could whack it with a baseball bat with some decent strength, and it's not going to move because rubber absorbs shock. But if I swung at it with all my might, I would eventually hit it with, assuming I had the strength to do it, would eventually hit it to a point where it would fall over. Because rubber, while it can absorb a lot of hits, can only absorb so much. It's, to quote my hero again, it's absorption, not nullification, which means there's a limit you can take, right? That's how that works. Naruto also would be weak to blades and piercing weapons still, because the rubber does not protect you from that. It also gives them a natural insulation to lightning. Now, eventually any insulator will be overcome with enough energy, no matter what they are insulating against. That being said, Luffy got hit by Enel's lightning, like straight on lightning, and he was fine. Which means there's no level of lightning jutsu in this verse that would hurt Naruto in any way. Save for maybe like a superpowered Chidori maybe burning a slight hole in his, like that would be it, because it's so concentrated with his Chidori and it's in a jabbing motion that maybe it pierces a little bit, but Naruto's basically got a built-in lightning immunity, which is nuts. But what I'm getting at here is that while Naruto probably still wouldn't pass his exams in the academy, one thing he would excel at, and not because he's skilled at taijutsu, but because of his body, is taijutsu. No one would be able to hurt him pretty much at all. Even like Neji or Hinata's Gentle Fist would be difficult hurting him, because his internal organs are all rubber, so he's not going to be suffering from the internal damage that a normal Gentle Fist would have. Mind you, Chakra probably does bypass some of the rubber, so he probably would still get hurt. It just would nowhere near be the damage he takes normally, or anyone would take normally. So Naruto would probably have pretty much top marks in the academy because he would just outlast everyone. That's basically it. He would have the unbelievable endurance of a rubber god, more or less. But then you would get to him failing, Mizuki tricking him learning the Shadow Cleanser, which we'll get to a big hacks for Naruto in a little bit for that. And the only thing I can see the Gomu Gomu no Mi really adding to Naruto in that scene is the fact that he'd be running, like just stretching his limbs and getting a lot more distance. Ultimately, though, he does beat him down. And we honestly fast forward all the way to the academy at this point. Not the academy, sorry. The team selections, Kakashi meeting them, all that goodness, and then the Team 7 bell test. Now, this is where things start to change. Obviously, Kakashi makes fun of them. Lose, you can ignore them. How do you put it? Last in class, losers in his head. Naruto charges, even stretches his arm, but Kakashi's boom. Don't be so hasty. I didn't say start yet, but you came at me with the full intent to kill me. So how can I say this? I'm actually starting to like you guys. Okay, go. And he disappears. Now, Naruto again squares up with him. He kind of tries to swing a punch, but his arm stretches. Now, keep in mind, too, Naruto would probably be at two mindsets. There's two, let me rephrase that. There's two mindsets Naruto would be. There's two types of Naruto mindsets here. One where he hides his abilities to show off later, or one where he would just show his abilities off. I think he's about halfway here. He never showed his ability to stretch his limbs, but he definitely showed his ability to take hits. So them seeing him stretch his arms, and it's like, wait, what? Well, his body was always like rubber in the academy. He must have extended to his limbs, too. But holy crap. It's like, so that's the stretching power I've heard about from the Hokage. I was told you acquired this back a while back. But I don't know if you're really going to be able to handle and beat me with that, Naruto. Secret Taijutsu, 1,000 years of death! And then he just maybe even charges it with a little lightning chakra just to boost up Naruto a little bit. Because, again, it goes to what I said about, absorption, not nullification. Naruto isn't going to be able to just absorb every blow he takes. He can take a lot of hits and keep going, but he's not going to be able to just stop, be hit and keep going. And Kakashi's strong enough to basically kind of launch him. Although he's not going to be able to launch it as far here, and Naruto, being rubber, is probably going to be like, oh god, that feels weird, and unfortunately, Naruto then realizes, oh crap, I'm heading for the water. Just suddenly stretches out, grabs a tree, basically Peter Parker style, like, but grabs it, and he just kind of launches himself back at Kakashi. And it's not like, but it's like, he's coming back fast at Kakashi. He just starts like throwing punches at Kakashi as best he can. And Kakashi, your stretching powers are quite impressive, Naruto. He just hits Naruto and realizes, that just felt like, it really did feel like rubber. And you're not going to be able to, and he actually grabs Kakashi. You're not going to be able to dance that easy. Shadow Blow Jutsu! And a bunch of clones pop up. It's like, oh, well, yeah, I don't know if you can, that's a quite impressive clone Naruto, amount of clones Naruto, but I don't know if you can handle it very long. You talk like you're the best, but you're still just the worst in the class. And he just throws Naruto back, and the clones come in, and Kakashi does pull out the kunai knives and starts kind of like hitting a little bit, because he knows, okay, I'm going to have to put in a little bit more effort here. But he starts hitting the Narutos, and normally with a shadow clone, they would strong enough hit pops now. When he hits them, and he realizes they're rubber too, because the clones theoretically share the physical body traits of, the person or at least the physical abilities of the person they are a clone of. Now, granted, they are still shadow clones, so they still pop out of existence, theoretically should still do that, but because Naruto's body is rubber and the clones are imitating them, even though it's a shadow clone, I imagine at least some of that transfers over to a shadow clone. So Naruto, without even knowing it, has made his shadow clones far more hacks. They're far harder to pop out of existence. Kakashi quickly realizes this, though, pulls out two kunai, and starts going to town, because as I said, he's not immune to piercing or stabbing or slashing weapons. So, just boom, 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 boom. Eventually, Naruto just is caught by Kakashi. Kakashi disappears. Sasuke goes after him, and most of it goes about the same, including Naruto getting tied up on the tree post. Now, I think one of the things Kakashi does do is do some like ninja wire to kind of, bind Naruto there. Not just a rope, but ninja wire. And he even says, well, your body may be rubber, but you're still, but you're not safe from piercing or cutting weapons like this ninja wire, the razor wire. Right now, you're fine. But if you struggle too much, even you will bleed, Naruto. So I probably wouldn't move if I were you. Needless to say, everything is solved. Wonderful, great. Yeah, we're moving along pretty well. I don't know if I'll get through the entire wave arc, but I think I'll get at least to the beginning of right where at the end of the bridge. And I think that's a good place to go. So obviously, they have some weeks of training, well, training and team building and minor missions. Naruto actually says, "I'm a real ninja now, and I want a ninja mission." And obviously, Tazuna comes in, "I'm a master bridge builder," so forth and so on. Like, there's nothing about Naruto's personality that's going to change anything here right now. So we're not really. I'm speeding along here, but that's because there's nothing about this that's really changing Naruto's personality. So there's nothing that's really changing any real train. Naruto would continue to train, work on things, try to train up as best he can. I think he's on the verge of Gear 2, but he's just not quite there yet. I have a feeling once we get to Haku, we'll get there. But anyway, Naruto and the gang are attacked by the Demon Brothers. And this is something interesting that Naruto knows his body could probably, take a lot of damage. But again, this is still the first time someone has actually tried to kill Naruto, and he's been out of the village. So I still think he freezes up. I don't think he's really prepared yet. And they have bladed claws of poison, so that would bypass his Gomu Gomu no Mi. So he still gets hit, still gets poisoned. Naruto, lets the blood out, all that. It's like, I swear on this vow that I will never ever back down. Don't worry about me, guys. I'll be fine. Naruto, that was really cool how you got the blood out of there, but if you got the poison out, but if you lose any more blood, you're going to die. Really good idea to stop the bleeding now. Seriously. Which, by the way, no, he wasn't. Come on, Kakashi. What the hell are you talking about? Anyway, we really wouldn't get to a change in how the structure happens until we get to. Lips are smacking. Not intending. I do need to drink something. I'm getting a little bit of cotton out there. But we wouldn't really see any major changes happen in these minor moments until Zabuza attacks. Obviously, Manji Formation, and obviously bypass that, Kakashi gets captured. And so Naruto comes in. Now, when Zabuza hits him, he knows, like, Naruto barely feels that. And Naruto's about to run, feels the pain in his hand. It's like, hey, it's like, and Zabuza smacks him again. Big step. Naruto that grabs him, stretches it. Now that's an interesting technique. It's like he's made of rubber, and he just grabs his headband. Hey, you, the freak with no eyebrows, listen up. You put this in your bingo book. And the ninja who will become Hokage and he never backs down. His name is Naruto Uzumaki. And so let's go wild, Sasuke. And so Zabuza then beats the hell out of Sasuke. Naruto makes the shadow clones, and again, Zabuza knows shadow clones, and there's quite a few of them. Wait, are these shadow clones? No, they are shadow clones, but they're not going down as easy. He's like, get off me! He starts swiping at the clone, and he is taking him out with the blade, but it's like, poof, poof. They are starting to pop some shots off on him. Like, how is he? And he realizes his whole body is like rubber. It's translated to the clones. And finally, he turns into the Demon Will Shuriken. I could see Naruto actually doing this instead of throwing the kunai to just add some of the rubber into the equation here. Is that you would have him obviously turn into the Shuriken, the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu happens. Zabuza grabs the first one, Naruto dodges Naruto turns into, and he throws his whole arm at Zabuza instead of just throwing the kunai. And then when he dodges it, he just instead he maybe circles around and grabs, like he twists his arm and almost grabs Zabuza, and the blade nearly gets him in the face. Just then he just, you little brat, I'll destroy you. He's about to take Naruto's arm. I was like, ah! Then Kakashi comes in. Naruto, let him go. I've got it from here. And awesome. And Naruto explains everything that went down, except for there's one little problem here. The clone's still there. The water clone is still there. Now, luckily, because the water clone is probably paying attention to what's going on the water, I think Sasuke maybe sneaks up and just, damn it, I dropped my guard. And so then Kakashi takes care of everything, so forth and so on. Now, you would deal with the forest, with the training in the forest. Again, Naruto in the Gomu Gomu no Mi does nothing to change the personal interactions, really. I don't even think Sasuke is really all that jealous of him. It's just an ability Naruto has. Like, Naruto isn't... Naruto really wouldn't beat Sasuke here because Sasuke has fire jutsu and rubber would melts and burns and fires. So he really is not is actually a really bad polar opposite to Sasuke here. Regardless, they would do their chakra training. Naruto is trying to work on that, figuring things out. I think he's also secretly working on this at the second gear in the forest when he's not doing that. And I think actually that's what he probably is passed out with when Haku finds him. And so Haku finds him. They share their stories. Do you have anyone who's precious to you? Yeah, I understand what you mean. Hey, you'll grow strong, very strong. You may be wondering why I'm just skipping through the first part. Well, because the first part is really, it is what it is. There's no real point on sugarcoating it when there's nothing different about Naruto's personality here. And yes, he's got other abilities, but unlike, say, with the Kage no Mi, which was a very unique fruit, this is literally all physical enhancement on this fruit. And so ultimately, Naruto would help save Inari and his mother from the bandit samurais that worked for Gato. And he shows up against Haku. Now, I guess we'll deal with the whole bridge arc in a sec. I went through this fast, but again, we're teeing up for the big stuff later on. I think that's the better way to put it. So the fact that I can get through actually this entire first arc in part 1 is great, honestly, because this really tees me up for more in-depth fights down the road and more like characterization, all that. But Naruto, sneaks in. Hey, Sasuke, what are you doing here, you idiot? And at first, Haku, takes him, uses the senbon, pierces Naruto and Sasuke. Now, with piercing weapons against rubber, the thickness of rubber can prevent it from going too deep. And I think that's what happens here. They still pierce Naruto, but Haku, they didn't go as deep as before. That's right. Sabasa said he's rubber. And Naruto just, he kind of just, he kind of rebounds like, I haven't had to do that before. That still hurt. I was like, Naruto, what the hell? And it's like, yeah, sorry, my body's rubber, which means I can kind of inflate it however I want. But there's no way we're gonna be able to take care of this guy. Naruto, how many clones can you make? As many as you need. And he makes some clones. Boom, and again, they don't poof out of existence, which is a problem. They do also hit the mirror, which at best maybe does a little crack. He's not hitting hard enough to really break the mirrors in any way. But the fact is, Haku points out, I'm not able to take these clones out in one hit with my senbon. His skin is too thick. So he just starts wailing on them with some ice, throwing ice at them, piercing them. Naruto then goes down. Naruto then says, I got one idea. I only kind of got it working in the forest after I was done doing the tree walking exercise. What? I'm going to buy you some time, Sasuke, but I don't know how long this is going to last. He just starts pumping his blood up because it's increasing the blood flow through his body. Hence, kind of like why, kind of the reason steam comes off a little bit, and enhances all his physicality. And I call this gear second, or second gear. Gomu no Mi, second gear. Naruto bazooka, or Naruto Uzumaki Gomu bazooka. And he's rushing in. Haku notes he's faster, and he actually manages to, getting a lot of hits and manages to finally break a mirror. Haku, although immediately just reforms the mirror, he broke a mirror. It's like, all right, let's see how you like it. Let me see your Gear 2 clones. Naruto, though, can only make so many because he is using up a lot of his chakra. The clones this form is still draining on him right now. So he just starts going after all the mirrors, and he's breaking mirrors. He is going hard on these things. He's like, I can't keep up with it. I need to take this boy down now. And he's about to go after Naruto. He's about to basically aim for sensitive points that might be thinner rubber areas on him. But then here's Sasuke, fire style! And Naruto's like, got you! Boom! And actually lands a clean cut right on Haku, who luckily is able to finally just manages to finally hit the Naruto in the neck, and just Naruto kind of goes down. Though unfortunately he just jammed it in there. So this is the real Naruto, and he manages to get the real. And it's like, Naruto's like, oh god, and unfortunately Gear 2 is just starting to wear off. The clones pop out. And unfortunately, Haku's not able to bring up as many mirrors because his chakra's waning too. It's like, this boy is dangerous, both of these kids. But how? How is he able to find me? It's impossible unless then you see Sasuke's Sharingan activated. I won't be able to fight much longer either. This takes so much chakra. And I won't be able to make so many mirrors. But Naruto's down for the count as well, which means I know exactly what to do. Aims for Naruto. Naruto is able to look on, see Sasuke hit. Sasuke, you did it! And just, Sasuke, no, I didn't ask to be saved! Why did you do this? I don't know, my body just moved. He's still out there, my brother. Don't let your dreams die, Naruto. And, you hear the boom, boom. Is this the first time you've seen a comrade die? It is the way of shinobi. Whether we like it or not, shut up. I hate you too, Sasuke, and yet I will never forgive you. And then obviously the nine tucks of, I'm gonna kill you. And he comes in, and then it goes about the same as it does here. Breaks the mirrors, destroys everything. Or breaks the remaining mirrors, beats Haku, except this time he might flat out knock Haku out here because he already landed a clean shot and Haku felt that. So, boom, cracks Haku in the jaw. Maybe Haku barely gets back up. They have their conversation. Naruto agrees to do the deed. Haku sacrifices his life. And really, it all goes about the same. Zabuza sacrifices himself. Sasuke's alive. It's the great Naruto bridge. Wunderbar. It's now going into the next part, the Chunin exams, where now Naruto having an ability like this is really going to start to change some dynamics and how the fights go. For example, when he fights Kiba, which he would still fight Kiba, he's going to beat Kiba a lot more soundly, but what about with Gaara? What about with Neji? What about when he fights Orochimaru? Or when he fights Lee. These are scenarios that really do change things up, or how other people react when seeing his Gomu Gomu no Mi abilities, his Roman abilities. These are the questions we ask ourselves for the long haul. So we'll keep an eye on that. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And don't worry, Hyperboy, I will be using the thumbnail your girlfriend made. Don't worry. Again, we'll wait till part 2 to use it, but we will use it. Don't worry. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for the next one.